I worked at the that was...
Where's Harsha? Come on, what's he doing? What's going on with him? Because he wasn't on the last one either, was he?
No.
I'm starting to feel a little bit funny about this. Is it me? Have I said something?
I think the mention of the bleeped in there.
That's fine. You can block that out.
Because you feel like you're invading people's personal space, don't you?
I feel like a creep.
Welcome to the Teesside University Student Union Vodcast. We are here once again. I'm Iain and I'm joined by our wonderful presidents. I say joined by them, joined by 2/3 of them. Where's Harsha? Come on, what's he doing? What's going on with him? Because he wasn't on the last one either, was he?
No.
I'm starting to feel a little bit funny about this. Is it me? Have I said something? Is he
No,
trying to
it's
avoid?
not you.
Because I see him at work, so I'm just assuming that he's around.
Harsha isn't fine. He really wanted to come, but he's not doing so well.
He really wanted to come,
yeah.
but he's not doing so well.
Yeah.
I won't go any further with that then. If he's unwell, I wish him well. If he's just avoiding me, then I'll be having words with him. But, you know, that's that. So I am, as ever, joined by our 2 presidents out of 3. What's going on for you guys at the moment? We'll start with you, Ebubechi, because you said you're tired. We'll get you to speak first.
Oh, please, thank you.
Anything I can do to keep you awake, honestly, I'll do my very, very best.
Okay, for the couple of months, we've been assisting each other with the campaigns.
Okay.
Yes, so for me, I've been working together with Harsha on a joint campaign, which is academically related and also internationally related to the international students on the academic culture of Teesside University and also attendance per se. Yeah, so there's something that we've been trying to build on so the student can understand the difference of where they're coming from and how important it is, you know, with Teesside, the policies, and also with UKVI regulations, because it's quite interesting that students need to understand the little mistakes that they can do that will not be overlooked because of the policy. Yeah, so it's very important. And also we've been trying to work on the complaints coming from students.
Yeah.
Yeah, which concerns their like scholarships and everything, and so far so good. We've been able to achieve all of that, and the students are very happy.
Good.
And I'm really grateful to the international team, you know, for the support they really gave to me to make sure that all students with the complaint of scholarships and everything has been done. Yeah,
it's really good because you know that's a really big thing, isn't it? A lot
yes.
For our international students, you know, any issues to do with problems that get raised with the international team, so that's around visas and things like that,
Oh,
scholarships,
yeah.
you know, it can be quite difficult, can't
Yeah.
it? And you said you were talking about working with Harsha on academic. Is that how to be a better student, or is it to do with engagement and attendance?
It's how to be a better student. So everything is all encompassed in one. How to be a better student has to do with academic, has to do with attendance, has to do with your attitude towards your academic, your coursework, everything. So everything is just a body in one,
Yeah, I mean, that must be very busy for you and Harsha, but if you're getting the right results from students and they're engaging with you, that can only be a positive thing.
Oh, yes, it's very positive.
Is there a problem around attendance then? Is there something that students need to be aware of about their attendance, if that's a thing that you're working on?
Oh, yeah, because a lot of them really don't understand the importance of the attendance and the regulation that's binding international students to attendance policy, and also the reason why you are here is to study. So attendance is a very important criteria. So it's just like you are going, are paid for you to attend a training, and then you don't attend the training. My money is wasting, despite the fact that it's your money.
Yeah.
So I'm the one sponsoring, so you need to be there. Yeah, so a lot of them really don't understand that. This is the reason why they are here. And then if you're not able to attend your classes, there are certain things you need to do, like inform your module leader, go online to your portal, and then register yourself absent. It's very important because all this helps you to count. Okay, the reason why you're not in school is stated there, and your module leader is aware that this person is not in school. So if you've been called anytime, why were you not in school? Oh, I informed my module leader I wasn't coming, and I went online to register myself absent, that I wasn't going to come to school. So little things like this, they really don't know it is important and it's necessary.
And it helps them with, if anything goes wrong then, or, if say they get an email talking about their attendance, if they can show that they've emailed their module leader and they've done everything that they need to do, that puts them in a much better position, doesn't it?
In a much better positioned for a very good conversation.
Yeah.
And also the use of your cards. Most of them are still under the influence of, oh, my friend just swiped her card, so let me just go in with them. And then they don't know that the number of times their card has been swiped, anytime they enter school, the building, it's recorded for them.
Yeah.
And then when they fall below a certain percentage, it's not acceptable by the school and also by UKVI, because automatically it means you are not coming to class. Yeah, so even if you put in the codes when you go to class, but how did you come in? So it's very important. Your activities, how you interact with the buildings, how you interact with the classroom, with the equipment in school is quite important.
So get into those habits.
Yes.
For any students, whether you're
Yes.
current, new, or anything, whether that's
Yeah.
undergraduate or postgraduate, is swipe with your card.
Yes, please.
Make sure that everybody knows where you are.
Yes,
And
please.
attend.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
Yeah.
students are paying for it. You know,
Yeah.
one way or the other, whether it's an international student or a home student,
You're paying
it
for
doesn't
it.
matter. They're paying for it in one way or another through either funding or scholarships or their own pocket. And, you know, I wouldn't want to go out to a meal and then leave before I eat the meal, which is kind of what they'd be doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're paying for it and then they're just not attending. So they're kind of throwing money away, and none of us like to do
And
that.
also it gives the school a proper record of each student. They're
Yeah.
going out, they're coming in, what you've done this month, what you didn't do this month. So it places the school on a better side when they're having discussions with UKVI.
Yeah.
What have you done so far with this person? Can we see the record? So if the school is not able to understand where you are with your card, then there is a problem for you as a student when you're being called in for questioning.
Blessing, what have you been doing?
It's been a pretty packed couple of weeks.
Okay.
So we've had University Mental Health Day,
Right,
where
okay.
we had stalls in the student union to promote like mental health and to let students know about the services that were available to them, both within the university and kind of like outside. So out of term times, you know, if you can't reach anyone in the university, where can you go to? And we also had a lovely guest, Lola, one of our staff. Shout out to Trevor's little dog that came in, who was the star of the show. And
Was that the little cute one that I saw?
Yes,
It was,
yes.
yes,
So
yeah, very cute.
So yeah,
Did you
we've
say
had that.
Lola? Is that?
Yes, Lola.
Yeah, she's called Lola. Yeah, okay.
We've had students spotting students, and that's been going well. We've had loads of students engage, and every week we've been having a new set of students as well alongside the old ones, so it's been lovely. I mean, last Tuesday was really nice because students had ICAs to submit on Friday, and we had students who popped over from the library just to kind of get a little bit of a break and then go back to studying. So that felt really nice, and it felt really lovely that, you know, students do know that this can be like their space of kind of like chill and escape before they go back to work. So that was lovely. I've continued the work with the mental health team in the university in terms of like building and improving on the services we have in terms of hearing student voice and what they want to see in terms of mental health, well-being, general student safety. That has been going well. We've also been working with the university, the Student Life team on their Student Life Spring Festival, which they just completed about, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
So yeah, that was really good
What
as
was
well.
that all about then?
So it was like a 2-week event, the Student Life Festival, where they had different days that had different themes. So they had a day where they did like a goodwill clothing sales, so clothes are about £1. We had a student safety day. We had like a mini marketplace as well. They do loads of activities, kind of get students kind of engaged
Painting.
with the university in general. So that's been lovely.
That's great.
As a group, we've been doing our Talk to TUSU, which is where we go to different buildings around campus, kind of speak to students, kind of take the student union to them to hear what they've got to tell us.
Because not everybody uses the student union.
Yeah.
Exactly,
I mean,
not-
everybody should.
Not
And we know
everybody
that, 'cause like you
engages.
said, it's a safe space for students. You
Yeah.
can kind of shift
We're
off
not
your
all
academic head,
consent,
can't you?
yeah.
And you can go in and you can, you know, relax a little bit. But to go out and make sure and
quite
encourage
difficult,
people to
yeah.
come into it, isn't it?
Yeah, we've also had one-to-ones with the London campus as well. So we do online one-to-one meetings with them so they can kind of come to us, chat to us about any issues or concerns. And so far that's been really positive because we got feedback initially that they felt like we weren't connecting with them. But through this, it's been really good and students are really happy. So yeah.
I would say a lot for Harsha, but he can't comment because he's ill. I shouldn't keep doing that. I'm sorry, Harsha.
No, but seriously, Harsha has done something really wonderful, because it's really engaging work on the how to be a good student campaign. Yeah, and he's really pushing it positively.
Good.
Yeah.
I know he's busy working. I do know.
Yeah,
that.
he's
He is.
also got his Meet the President campaign he does as well, which is an online meeting where students and the reps kind of get to meet him with any issues concerning like education related stuff. So
Like an open forum.
yes, it's been
That's really good.
It's
Yeah.
been really positive as well, and he's been doing the academic success
Yeah.
campaign as well,
So
where he also
very
goes
good.
to like different parts of the university,
the
the library,
system.
to get students kind of be aware of potential issues that can kind of catch them out during their studies. So like academic misconduct,
Yeah.
things like that, paraphrasing, referencing, things like that. So yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a new set of presidents. They're not here. I do believe that they're going to be arriving next vodcast that we do, which is always
Alright.
exciting. Well, it'll be exciting for them. I don't know about you guys, but it'll give you an opportunity to see them, and it gets everybody else to see who's coming in and who's going out, and there's that little bit of changeover, which is always nice to do. I get to meet some new presidents, which is always good as well. But you know, there are a lot of things going on out there. It's different presidents, but ultimately, you guys kind of have similar goals, and it's all about, like you said, improving the student experience, helping improve things at the university, the SU. It's all about student focus, which is why you became president in the first place. 100%. There have been a few things that have been going on at the SU. So we had the end of year awards, didn't we, recently, which was for the societies and also the rep awards. Did you both attend them?
Yes, we
Louise
hosted
co-hosted
them. Yeah,
them.
we co-hosted
Yeah.
them.
And how were they?
It was amazing. It was lovely. You know, it felt nice to kind of recognize our students for the work that they've been doing, both in the university and the student union. And it kind of felt like a full circle moment for some of them as well, because a couple of them, this is their final year as well. So it kind of felt like a good, like, thank you. We see the work you're doing and we appreciate it.
And also it felt encouraging to the ones who just came in as course reps or as school reps, and also for the societies, to see that hard work really pays. Yeah, and then when you're leaving, others felt encouraged to take over the position. So for me, I think it's a way of telling them, you can do this.
And that's really important.
Yeah,
I think that's
very
really good,
important.
because you're right. I think some students, when they come to Teesside, they invest a lot of themselves into it. Like you, very much like you guys have. Maybe they haven't gone down the route that you've gone, like the political kind of presidential route, but that doesn't mean they've been any less invested. And I know that obviously the SU gave out some honorary lifetime memberships for these students that have gone kind of above and beyond. You know, they've spent a lot of time, they've nurtured relationships, and they have a really good idea of the university. And that's for anybody, isn't it, really? Anybody can get involved to that degree with the university and the SU. And I always find it very rewarding to see students that want to be involved, that, you know, want to be part of it, and want to enact change and support things. And I think it's really eye-opening that still exists. You know, everybody talks all doom and gloom about the current world, the cost of living, political forums, etc., etc. But, you know, there's still people out there who just want to help make a difference. And some of them come to Teesside, they study, and they invest a bit of themselves into it. And it's nice, like you said, when they get the full circle going back, to show them that what they've done has been recognised. And that recognition, I think, for those people is huge. Yeah. You know, it makes a massive change. And you can see them when they get it. And if they're not expecting it, the smiles on their face is phenomenal. You know, there's that much excitement from them that they've been part of it, that it's been recognised. And I think it's a really, really good moment.
A very good moment for them.
We're going to be joined very shortly by Ryan and Josh. They're parts of our events team. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys in a moment, and I'm going to bring them two in. And they're going to talk all about the things that have got going on in the SU. They're going to talk about the venues, about how safety is, because obviously safety is a massive paramount, isn't it?
Important.
You know, for people on a night out, whether it's in Middlesbrough, Newcastle, London, wherever, safety on a night out is really, really important. And we know that the SU is one of the safe spaces. Is safety something that you've considered looking at over in your campaigns?
Yeah,
and how that
100%.
impacts on things?
Been working with the university in terms of like ensuring student safety and looking at ways to still improve the services that we have. Yes, the campus is safe. We kind of go through the process every so often to kind of look at if there are any blind spots that we can, you know, fix, and just look at ways to kind of improve safety for students.
So it's a big thing. And the fact that the SU is there, obviously, Ryan and Josh are hopefully going to talk a little bit about that further on. I'm joined by, now, I did say it was Ryan and Josh, didn't I? However, I'm totally incorrect. It's Ryan and not Josh. It's Harry, isn't it?
It is.
I'm sorry, Harry. It's been a long day, and I've just dealt with the president, so I'm just trying to wing it a little bit. So bear with me.
I'm Harry. I've worked the SU just almost 3 years now. We're now host of the quiz and a venue supervisor. I get to put that title on there now.
Venue supervisor.
Yeah.
Nice. And Ryan?
Yeah, I'm Ryan. I've worked there 3.5 years or so. Senior venue supervisor. Host the quiz with Harry. Do a bit of event planning, social media, a bit of all sorts, really.
And what attracted you originally to working in the SU? Don't get me wrong, it's a great place. I know it's great for students as well. So how did you first get into it? I'm going to go to Ryan this time. So I think I've been badgering. It's because you're in my eye line, Harry. That's what it is. It's because you're next to me. So Ryan, why did you start working for the SU?
Yeah, so coming out of COVID, I joined university. I took a year break after college, and then COVID hit.
Nice.
I was working a bad job, so I was like, I'm going to go to uni. Stayed at home for the first year. I'm only from Durham, so I just drove down. Then the second year, with things opening back up, I thought I'd come down, move down and see. And then I had a friend on my course working at the SU. And I wanted to come down not knowing anyone. I knew one person other than my course mate. And I thought it would be a good place to work and meet people. And 3.5 years later, the majority of my friends have come from working the job.
Well,
so, yeah.
Bringing endorsement, same kind of situation for you, Harry?
I was redoing my third year, and Ryan and my mate were working there at the time, and I was like, I need a job.
Right, yeah.
And I need something to keep me focused, because if you don't, you just lost myself in uni work, got a job there, and I have not regretted it. It's been great. Most of my friends now work there, so you're never bored.
And
it's
finished and got another job, didn't you? And then
Finished,
it was like, nah, I need to come back.
I got another job. I thought I'm keeping work at the SU on the weekends, because it was drained from work, come back here, and I'm like, it's like a recharge.
Was it like putting on an old coat where
it
you
is.
Just got, this is.
It's like I don't have to think about what I'm doing as much. I know what I'm doing. I'm not having someone that tell me and micromanage me. I can just come, have fun with my friends, and work and get paid for it.
That's really good because, I think a lot of students, obviously the students come to the SU, they see that we're there. It's a huge employer of student staff and young people in general. I don't know if they understand the benefits that you get from working in a place like that. You've worked somewhere else. How does it compare?
Oh, when I worked at the that was micromanaging, and you've got to do all this, and then going through, they're trying to teach me stuff that I'd already done at the here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't have to do this. Well, why? And I'm like, well, this is how we've done it here for so long. And it's like, oh, we're going to have to do this training again. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go here. It's fun.
I think they mentioned bleeped in there.
That's fine. You can block that out.
I worked at blank, and this is
I worked at another educational place nearby.
Somewhere.
And it wasn't as fun. It wasn't as it's not like laid back, but it was a bit too corporate.
Yeah, whereas you find the SU.
It's nice, relaxed, and you don't have to justify yourself working. You can just know what you're doing.
It's
really
serious, but it doesn't feel serious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you still, at the end of the day,
it's still a job, and it's still like we're in charge of people's safety, and obviously we have to, especially, Harry having SIA licenses, things go wrong, we could be facing court action if we did something stupid.
So you've thrown loads of stuff out there at me, Ryan. Thank you for that. So we'll talk about the safety element first of all. So when you say safety, safety's part of your job, I assume, for both of you. Yeah. You mentioned SIA license. Now, explain that to me first.
So SIA is the authority body to be able to work as a door supervisor or bouncer.
Right. Okay.
But obviously with the SU, you've got your multiple departments of having you've got activities and SUS part of yourself. But the area me and Harry work in, it's licensed venues. So obviously we're licensed to serve alcohol.
Yep.
Part of that, particularly the bigger events, you require security on it, and you require security on the door. And as fun as it is, working bongos, bingo and stuff, bongos, bingo's led me to all sorts of places.
Really?
Yeah, it's led me to all sorts of places. But at the end of the day, you have to be safe, and you can get in serious situations. But again, bringing safety to the customers and stuff, it's something we all manage and work well as a team. It's important, yeah.
Yeah. So did you get your SIA license after you were working at the Students' Union? Was it like part of almost a progression to do from whatever you were doing to you get your SIA license, which then allows you to do other things? Is that how it works, or is it part of it? Is it part of that specific role that you do?
Yeah. So we both started as venue staff, just glass collecting and setups and stuff, and then after a while, if you're sure that you're competent, there's the opportunity to go through your SIA license, which is funded by the Students' Union.
Good.
It gives you more shifts, which means more money for us. Can't complain.
And that's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because ultimately it is a job, and we all want to get paid, and we want to be looked after, and you want a reasonable place to work. And from what you're saying, I'm glad that you've found that place. You've mentioned that door staff. Now, safety is a big issue. We were talking to Blessing a little bit about it earlier, and she mentioned the fact that she's been working and liaising with the university on making sure that Middlesbrough's a safe night out. Let's talk about the SU and their safety kind of processes. So you've got yourselves are door staff where applicable. Is it a safe venue for anybody, or is it just students? What are we talking about here?
No, it's
Everyone.
voted Teesside's safest venue at one point.
Right.
And we are still safe, but I think our approach is we're not naive to the fact that things can happen. You can put measures in place, but stuff can happen, but ultimately it's about them measures taking preventative action, and we are good at that.
And when something does happen, we look at it, deal with it, make sure that doesn't happen again.
So making a step forward just to make sure that everything, like you said, it's learning from experience, isn't it? If somebody was in trouble, do you ever get students where they're in a bit of trouble or they need to speak to somebody coming up to you? Is that kind of thing that students could do if they felt that something was, or they were uneasy with something that was happening? Would you always encourage them to come and speak to somebody that was in there?
Absolutely. We've had, sometimes we've got staff everywhere, but a customer will see something that they notice where either bright green or grey in a corner with his badges on, or there's just bar staff, or there's no glass collectors. To come up to them, it's more, well, most of us are nice and approachable. We all put a friendly face on at work, but people come up to us, let us know stuff, and we're like, oh yeah, we're either keeping an eye on it already because we're aware of it, or we'll have a look and we'll deal with it.
Yeah, and what's good about that is, like, being a students' union, there's a culture around everyone kind of knowing each other. So the bar staff all know the venue staff, and you become to know a lot of the customers, particularly when you work specific sort of nights over and over. So for my first few years, I always worked quiz and karaoke, and it's a very similar crowd that comes to both, so you get to know them. So regularly, obviously, each year you get your new freshers and stuff in, but you come to know them, and particularly doing the quiz now, like,
there's a lot of
we're
staff.
engaged with a lot, and people come and talk to us a lot more, and people feel comfortable.
Let's talk about the quiz. What's going on there? Because I'm right in thinking it's the double act, isn't it, that we have at this moment that does the quiz?
It is now.
Yeah.
Was it end of January? We took over.
We've done about 6, have we?
Yeah.
We did the one just before Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
And then
that was good. There's some
Valentine's
good ones
Day
and some
was
bad
good,
ones. We're still learning.
It's a learning curve.
It is.
Neither of us are DJs, so if you come in, you'll probably laugh at us more than with us.
Oh, we'll take the mick out of each other more than we do spend time doing the quiz, which we also get. We do ask for feedback, and a lot of it's just customers go in, the regulars especially, just they'll start bullying us, but we don't hold back. We'll bully them as well.
That's good though, because
we want a bit of banter between everyone.
Do you cut things a little bit close to the knuckle when you're doing it? Do you step away from being senior venue staff in order to do the quiz? Is that a different hat that you put on?
Yeah.
So we have to differentiate, because at the end of the day, we are hosting the quiz, and we can't. We separate it, don't we? So when we're in, we're not security, and we're not working for the SU at that point. So when things happen or whatever, if they need security, we don't get involved. We create that line between it, and just try to be more engaging, and
we'll get out there and
talk to them and stuff.
Dance around in inflatable costumes to entertain the crowds. That's happened a few times.
Even Mike Wazowski. The week after I was Shrek.
At the quiz?
At the quiz.
So what kind of format is it? Because is it taking a different slant, or how do you do the quiz? What's the situation? What am I missing? Tell me that.
Do you want to run through the structure?
It's the similar structure it was before. So we have picture round while people are getting ready.
Yep.
Couple rounds of we got rid of general knowledge because we were not good at that. And finding no one wants to sit
because you were not good at it.
No one wants to sit through the news and what's happened this week.
Yeah, I get that.
So we've stuck with whatever theme it is that week. We've got 3 rounds of that, and then we've got an audio round, and then just in between, depending on how much we've got to spend, we'll get some extra prizes in. We'll give them away. For Harry Potter, we had best dressed. They got a wand.
Nice.
And some other stuff and a Lego set.
We had Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Not Barbie, Cinderella doll for the Disney one, some colouring books. And we're just giving them away doing stupid challenges. So on the Disney one, I put Let It Go. And obviously we have the karaoke system, so I put Let It Go on. I was like first person to come up, take the mic and sing Let It Go, gets a prize, so we had that.
Did you get many takers?
The first weeks, people were hesitant, weren't they? And then,
I don't know what they were.
like,
They weren't expecting us to appear for it.
And then the more to come in, we'll be like, right, if you want the potential to win the prize in the break, send a team captain up. And now it's nearly every time there's one person from each team coming up and asking questions. What was it for the Harry Potter ones? How we give it away? Like, we just did questions, and the closest to it, so it was like how many spells were cast in all the films, how many words were in all the books. Someone put 49. So I think there's a misunderstanding there.
We also got people going. You were walking around trying to get people to say like quotes. Best one did it, got a prize.
Wow.
We got some questionable.
So it's like traditional quiz with a nice slant on it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of daftness.
We want to make it. It's at university. We want a bit of fun.
You're right.
We don't want it to be really serious and.
Yeah, it's not just like a hardened pub quiz, is it? It's
no, because you do get them, don't you? I think there's nothing worse than you go to a
Oh.
pub and it's like a really hard. In 1918, can you tell what country? And you're like, I don't want to do any of this.
No, it's just like I think the quizzes have become easier. Like the scores are definitely higher.
Yeah.
But we want people to like. It's more like just like if you take the old stuff, like questions where they might be like, oh, I've not heard that in years, and just try and get a laugh and be more of like a social space where you can come and you can do the quiz, but you can also on the breaks you've got time to watch stupid acts of me and Harry doing something ridiculous or something to fill the Monday without it just being. We don't want it to be that if it's a theme that you don't like, you can't come to it because you think it's just going to be a rock solid quiz.
Yeah.
On that one, it's not.
So it's vaguely themed, but people can still just turn up and just have a bit of daft crack.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even the video games one, it'll be stuff that you know.
Yeah.
Like even questions on like stupid phone games like Farmville and stuff that everyone's played. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, that's good. So it's nice, it's accessible, getting people in, and just having a good time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now you mentioned karaoke. Am I right in thinking there's karaoke on a Wednesday?
Yeah. It's now been taken over by another member of staff.
All right, okay.
That's Adam.
Adam's a member of staff that does karaoke. Is he a natural singer, or is there a reason why he's doing the karaoke?
He's done music.
Yeah.
He's done a music degree, and he's part of the Music Society, and he hosts an open mic on a Tuesday as well.
So there's an open mic on a Tuesday?
Open mic on a Tuesday, so that's like karaoke, but if you can perform the music yourself.
Yeah, that's a great way. I've never heard it like that before. I'm sure loads of singers would really appreciate that. It's like karaoke, but you do it yourself with an instrument,
Yeah. And then obviously karaoke, you have the backing track and you just sing. That's where you wouldn't find me and Harry at open mic, but you find us at a karaoke.
Do you go to karaoke, the pair of you?
Every so often, find myself there.
So obviously Monday you've got your quiz.
Yeah.
Tuesday you've got your open mic night. Wednesday karaoke. Thursday's a bit more quiet one where it's mainly just drinks offers and it's the Creeps pre-bar, so you can get your wristband to go to Creeps at the Empire.
Yep.
Friday, there's nothing really dedicated by us, but that's when obviously the private events normally come in. But during the week we've got the things out as well, like beer pong, ping pong. We've got the retro games machine, so we put that on a screen in the venue, so you can play some like old, Crash Bandicoot, Mario Kart,
Street
all
Fighter.
sorts on there. And then, like, say when it gets to the weekend, you've got your private stuff on. So last weekend, what was it? There was a music festival.
Yeah.
All day. Then
This is Middlesbrough, touchdown. And then we've
Touchdown
got
to Emo DJ night from 10:30 till 2:30.
Right, okay.
Bongos, how many of them a month? 2 to 3?
3, I think, this month. And it's going to be a nice long one with them.
So there's quite a lot of so is there a lot of external things that go on then?
Yeah, and there's always like new stuff popping up. So
We've got an MMA at the end of April. That's on. We've got another boxing event on the Sunday. So it's always busy.
on the private hire, we do have obviously things that student can't attend.
Because it's private
hire.
So is that like when you've got like big parties or big events,
Yeah.
just to, like corporate events and things like that? So it might be
so
specific.
Weddings,
Right,
weddings, conferences, parties, stuff like that.
A lot of award ceremonies over the summer.
But then there's a lot of stuff that is private that students can go to. So Bongos Bingo is a private event. You will catch a lot of non-students going to it.
Right, okay.
But a lot of students as well. Touchdown, like the rock nights and emo nights and stuff. Again, just as big a non-student crowd as a student, but that's when it comes into, like you say, obviously the licensing. So you've still got to be 18. You've still got to have ID and stuff on you, and it's still security staffed. So there is a mix of students and non-students at the main events, but yeah.
Again, with a nice safe venue, people like yourselves still looking after students and the general public when they're there. So anybody can hire it privately, can't they? If they want to get in touch, they can do that. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they want to hire the place, is that a thing?
Yeah, so it's just venue hire. If you search Teesside SU venue hire.
Yep.
Oh, we've
on
got
Google, then it
leaflets everywhere for it in the building.
Great. And then also these big events that you're talking about, which although they're private events, they're kind of private public events, as in they're put on by a private company, aren't they?
Like a promoter.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, a promoter. So there are some events that are put on by promoters that anybody can attend, and they change, I imagine, each year and each month. They're just depending on what's going on at the time. Because we do like the Teesside Comic Con and stuff as well, don't we? Do things like that.
Yeah.
That I imagine is part of like that promoted kind of thing. Yeah.
You get quite a lot, but then you've best thing about being a student, you still get your student discount, so you can get cheaper drinks down there compared to everyone else. You can feel a bit superior. That's what
You could sit there on your soapbox a little bit.
I was like, if you go downstairs, you can get cheaper drinks. You might as well, you've got the student card, you've got your student loan coming. You might as well.
Encouraging them.
Yeah, I'm not encouraging drinking, but I want to.
You want them to have a good time?
It's like you might as well save some money while you're here.
I agree completely. If you can save money, why
One
not?
of the perks of being a student.
Exactly.
Innit? But yeah, so obviously some events run regularly. So Bongos is on every month of the year.
Yep.
During the summer, there's less because it's a less busy event over the summer. Obviously, people go do outdoor stuff rather than that. Touchdown the Emo Night, that's a monthly Saturday, but then you've got other stuff that is quarterly or 3-termly. So your Comic Cons, you'll tend to have one of them in September, October, around the start of the year, and then around refresh time in January.
Yeah.
Then you've got like other sort of promoters that do bigger sort of nights, do like bigger Emo nights, or we've got Swiftageddon, that's a Taylor Swift themed club night. We do that 2 to 3 times a year.
Were you working that?
I was the photographer for that
Oh,
one.
oh, sorry, I didn't realise. There's another thing that you do. You're the photographer for it.
Yeah, the last time I do it, because it felt very awkward going up to people,
That's
asking if they want a photo.
That's quite a thing to do, that, yeah, to be able to go and do that. Because you feel like you're invading people's personal space, don't you?
I feel like a creep. To be honest.
Black Parade we've got on, that's usually September, freshers time.
Yeah, we normally do one like freshers, then
That's
January,
usually a
then
really
May.
busy event.
Then obviously in May you've got the Emo Fest as well, so it's a tribute act night, so it's not just a DJ playing old emo songs, it's a live band performing them, of being tributing loads of different artists, not just one like Linkin Park tribute act. They're doing
do all
multiple
kinds.
songs, My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy,
That was...
all sorts.
Remember
Is
seeing,
Twisterella part of... Do we host part of Twisterella?
yeah, we host, 3-4 of the stages when they're on in like October. But that's always... That's like one of the best shifts you get, because that is busy and you walk into a different room and it's different music playing. So it's going from like that during October, and then every so often we get the Make a Scene Festival. That was honestly
That was your favourite shift
that
ever,
was my
wasn't it?
favourite
Why?
shift ever. So it was a bunch of like bands on. We had 2 stages upstairs, 1 down, and it was just whenever we got us break, we'd just be sat with all the photographers behind the barriers. Everyone else is behind you screaming, and we're just sat there going, you never get to feel this, to watch a band, like a band you've listened to for years, and you just sat there with the rest of the artists, just enjoy it. It's like,
A little perk.
it's one of the best perk I've ever had from any job.
Yeah, we're both like our white girl music, but we're mainly emos at heart, so
Right,
that was
okay.
a good day for that sort of music. I think I've still got, you'll
I've-
still have all yours. I've
I've
got set lists and guitar picks and passes from the day and everything that I've kept
That was,
from that shift.
I think I did about 15, 20 miles of walking up and down stairs as well. I was like, honestly, it wasn't until I got home and went, I'm absolutely tired.
Yeah.
I've never worked so much. I've just been constant
But on
moving.
that high from adrenaline,
Yeah.
from enjoying it. And
But it was like a almost 12-hour shift, and I was like, it felt like maybe 3. I was just having so much fun. I was like, oh, I've got to wait. And how long for the next one?
What have you got from working at the SU and working in the events team?
I mean, coming into working out, like, I could deal with people, but the level of confidence I gained from constantly having to deal with customers and like on your toes, like problem solving, is before I've worked, and it's been I've got as much time as I need to try and solve this issue, but you get good at it when you've got an event on that's only got so long. You've got to try and sort something out. It's like I've gone from really quick improvements and stuff. Confidence went through the roof having to deal with people. when I started, I couldn't even use the radio we've got.
Right.
I felt really uncomfortable. I couldn't do it, and now I couldn't even think anywhere.
It's just doing it.
I couldn't have hosted the quiz when I started. That would have been nowhere near possible. And then the amount of friends I've made working there, most jobs you get like a couple of friends, and then you leave that place, you probably never talk to them again. People who have left the SU still talk to them. It's just...
That's good. So people that you've met that you're going to carry with you for potentially the rest of your life.
Oh, definitely.
Yourself, Ryan, what would you say if you could take something away from this? What would you say?
I don't know, it would be hard to just pick one. I don't know. I've been in a unique position that through the job I've done a range of different things, from like security side to more event operation side, so they run and budgeting and things, to more like social media. I danced for bingo through just work and security for it. Like, I've done all sorts, and again, same as Harry, it was a lot of character building. I come down and I didn't really know anyone. I was shy, and now, like you say, we make fools of ourselves, and we don't even get flattered by it.
That's good. So finally, before you guys, there's a couple of last points. I'm going to ask you each one question, so you can take this whichever way you want. First of all is, what would you say to somebody that was thinking about applying to work in the Student Union? And the second question is going to be, and what would you say to somebody that was thinking of coming for a night out at the Student Union? Who wants to take which question?
I'll take the apply, because I do a lot of the recruiting for it too.
Okay.
What I would say is fill everything in properly. Yep. Take your time.
You laugh at that. I assume you've got some applications where they've missed bits then.
Yeah. Well, it's a Microsoft form, so you can see how long it's been taken to complete and stuff, and we can tell straight away. It's more about we'll give people a chance. I worked at a car factory before I come to university, and now I want to stay in events. So there's always, you never know what chance you're going to give someone or what they're going to find doing it. So just fill the form in right. You don't need previous experience of working in a bar or hospitality setting. We are fully aware that this could be someone's first ever job if they come straight from college and never needed a job. Yeah. And just as long as you read the stuff that applies to the job and you can answer the questions on what we're expecting of you. Again, it's all available, so it's just a case of showing your attention to detail that you would need on the job. It's more about reading the things and checking you actually understand the job.
Wise words. And what would you say to people that were thinking of coming for a night out in the SU?
I mean, when there's an event on, it's always a good time. It's always busy. Always, I mean, without pushing it, you get student discount. You get deals on in the shop as well. It's safe. You can always find a member of staff ready to help if something goes wrong. Most of the people that come on a regular basis to events, you get to know, they get to know staff, you get to know them. So
if people are thinking about it, they should come for a night out to see what it's like, to embrace the spectacle that is the quiz at least, to see you two doing your thing.
I mean, if you're a student, you might as well go some nights out. You can't spend all your time doing work. You need some bit of social interaction. You need the unique experience while you're here.
You're right. You should try and embrace the experience, because for most people, you're only going to be a student once. You're only young once. You're only going to be a student once for most people.
And full-time work, you don't have time to.
No, you don't.
Random fun doesn't happen when you're older. You've got to plan it, and planned fun's never as good as random fun.
Absolutely.
And as well, with your student price on these cards, try and find a club night that's cheaper on a Saturday night than us with our student prices.
Thank you very much both for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and all the things you've said about working at the TUSU. I think it's really, really good, really important for people thinking about getting a part-time job, or people thinking, I should go there and give it a shot. As ever, keep in touch, keep on board with everything we've got going on. Check the website out and check our socials. Catch you later.